There are moments in life when we are called to listen, to pay attention, to receive a message that is not random, not by chance, but divinely appointed. The message you're about to receive is one of those moments, a sacred communication, not just for anyone, but specifically for those who are walking the divine path, those who have been chosen by God for something greater. You are part of this divine circle, whether you've realized it yet or not, and this message is coming to you with intention, purpose, and urgency. This is not a message to be taken lightly or passed over. It is exclusive, meant to awaken the hearts and spirits of those who are ready to receive it. The divine has orchestrated this moment to reach you because God is about to activate something powerful in your life. This is not just a coincidence. It is a divine connection. You are here because the message is for you, and it's time to listen. God's purpose for your life is unfolding in ways that may feel invisible now, but the steps you take today are preparing you for the incredible breakthroughs that lie ahead. When you align your actions with God's will, when you choose to trust His timing, you allow Him to work freely in your life. The pressure you feel to make things happen, the uncertainty about what comes next, is actually a sign that you're being prepared for something greater. You don't have to rush to make it happen. Instead, trust in the timing of the unfolding. The divine plan is working in the background, and your alignment with it is key to receiving everything God has for you. In a world that often demands immediate results, patience is a rare and sacred virtue. Trusting in God's divine timing requires patience. Patience with yourself, with the process, and with God. It's the ability to believe that what is meant for you will come at the right time, even when you don't see the full picture yet. Trusting God's timing is not passive waiting. It's an active faith where you choose to believe that what He has promised will come to pass in its perfect season. The pressure you feel, the restlessness in your heart, is often the result of not fully trusting the timing of God's plan. You might be tempted to rush ahead, to take control, or to force things to happen, but true alignment with divine purpose requires letting go of the need to control the process. It requires a willingness to surrender your timeline to God and trust that He knows exactly when you're ready. Each moment spent in quiet faith, waiting for God's direction, is an act of trust. It's about knowing that your steps are being ordered and that His timing is always perfect. When you trust in the divine process, even the waiting becomes part of your preparation. You're not just sitting still. You're allowing God to prepare you for what's to come. The breakthrough you're waiting for is already on its way, but it's in your patience and trust that you'll be ready to receive it. As the chosen one, you are being called to trust and align with divine timing in ways you may not fully understand. The quiet moments, the waiting, and the subtle nudges in your spirit are all part of God's perfect plan. You may not see the results right away, but trust that He is working behind the scenes, preparing you for a future that is greater than anything you can imagine. Your actions today are a part of that unfolding process, and the choices you make in this moment will carry eternal significance. Trust the divine timing, stay aligned with God's will, and embrace the peace and clarity that come from knowing you are right where you need to be. The pressure you may feel right now is not something to fear or dread. It's important to understand that the discomfort, restlessness, or tension you are experiencing is a divine refinement process. This pressure is not punishment. It's God's way of preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. Just like how gold must go through the fire to be purified, your spirit is being refined through this process. In many ways, this pressure is a sign that you are being shaped for something much larger. It's an indication that God is aligning you with your purpose, and the uncomfortable feelings are part of your spiritual growth. These feelings of pressure are meant to strengthen you, to sharpen your discernment, and to prepare your heart and mind to carry the weight of the blessings that are coming. This is not about rushing toward your breakthrough, but about becoming the person who can fully receive it when the time comes. The discomfort is a sign that you are on the right path, being molded into someone who is capable of standing firm in your divine purpose. God is ensuring that when you step into the fullness of what He has for you, you will be prepared for it. The waiting, the restlessness, the pressure, It's all part of your divine training. As a chosen one, you are being spiritually refined in a way that heightens your awareness and strengthens your intuition. You may notice that you are becoming more sensitive to the subtle signs and confirmations from the divine. The nudges in your spirit, the gut feelings that guide you, and the little moments where everything seems to fall into place are all signs of the refining process at work. This heightened intuition is a gift from God, allowing you to discern His guidance more clearly. The pressure you feel is sharpening your spiritual senses, helping you to hear His voice more clearly, and guiding you to make the right choices at the right time. This spiritual awareness is not just about knowing the future or predicting outcomes. It's about being aligned with God's will and trusting that He will guide your every step. As you move forward, you may find that you are more in tune with your own feelings and the subtle promptings from the universe. You are able to sense when something is right or wrong, and you can trust your instincts with more confidence than ever before. This is God's way of preparing you for the challenges ahead so that you can navigate through them with clarity, peace, and confidence. Your intuition is your divine compass, guiding you through the pressure and towards your ultimate destiny. One of the most important things to remember during this time of spiritual pressure is that God is protecting you. Even when things feel difficult, even when you don't understand why you're facing certain challenges, rest assured that God is protecting you from misalignment and keeping you on the right path. There are times when you might feel like things are not happening as they should, or that doors are closing instead of opening, but this is part of God's divine protection. God knows what lies ahead, and He is shielding you from harmful paths and unnecessary detours. What may seem like rejection or delay is actually God's hand guiding you away from distractions or obstacles that would prevent you from fulfilling your divine purpose. You may not always see the full picture, but God's protection is active, and His plan is always in motion, working behind the scenes to keep you aligned with your destiny. The pressure you feel now is not just about refining your character or abilities. It's also about God, ensuring that when you step into the fullness of your calling, you are completely aligned with His will. Trust that He is protecting you from misalignment, from toxic situations, and from anything that could hinder your growth. What may feel like an obstacle is often just a divine redirection, guiding you toward the right opportunities and the right people. As you move through this season of pressure and preparation, it's important to trust in the process. Trust that the discomfort you're feeling is purposeful, and that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your divine purpose. Trust that God is working in the unseen, orchestrating every detail of your life to bring you into alignment with His will. During times of pressure, it's easy to become discouraged or to question whether you are on the right path. You may feel like nothing is happening or that your progress is slow, but remember that spiritual growth takes time. The pressure you feel now is a sign that you are being shaped into someone capable of handling the great things God has planned for you. This is not a time to rush or force things to happen, but a time to trust in God's perfect timing and allow the process to unfold as it should. As the chosen one, you are in a season of transition. You are being prepared for something greater than you can currently imagine, and the pressure you feel is a sign that you are moving closer to your breakthrough. This is a sacred process, and the discomfort you're experiencing is simply a part of the spiritual elevation that is underway. When the time is right, the pressure will dissipate, and you will be able to look back and see how every challenge, every moment of discomfort was necessary for your growth. You will see how it all led to this moment, the moment when you step fully into your divine purpose and receive the blessings that have been waiting for you. But until then, trust in the process. Trust that the universe is aligning things behind the scenes and that you are exactly where you need to be. The shift you are experiencing is leading you to a new phase of your life, one that will be marked by clarity, purpose, and divine alignment. The pressure you feel now is not a sign that you are failing, but that you are being prepared for the greatness ahead. Trust that everything you are going through is part of God's divine plan, to bring you into alignment with your true purpose. The spiritual pressure you feel is not to be feared. It is the divine preparation needed to bring you into alignment with your higher purpose. Trust in the process, remain grounded, and have faith that God is working in the unseen to guide you toward your breakthrough. You are being refined, strengthened, and protected for what is to come. Embrace the pressure, knowing that it is leading you to a greater destiny and that you are on the path to fulfilling your divine purpose. The first step toward embracing the process of divine alignment is to release what no longer serves you. You are standing at the threshold of a new season, and for this new phase to unfold, you must let go of the fears, doubts, and attachments that weigh down your spirit. As the clock ticks, this message is arriving at a pivotal moment right before the day ends. Timing is a key factor in God's work. Nothing happens by accident, and everything aligns with divine precision. The universe has been working behind the scenes, aligning you with this exact moment, so you can hear and absorb what is being spoken to your heart. This is not an accident or random timing, but a divine orchestration. You were meant to be here at this very moment because God is speaking to you at the precise time when it will make the most impact. The power of this moment lies in the fact that it's not too late, and yet the time is slipping by. This is your chance, your divine opportunity to realign, to shift your perspective, and to receive the guidance and clarity that will set you on the path to your breakthrough. What God has been preparing for you is ready to manifest, and your alignment is the key that will unlock that door. These energies, though familiar, no longer have a place in your future. The process of spiritual growth demands that you release old thought patterns, past hurts, and limiting beliefs. Holding on to them only keeps you tethered to the past, preventing you from stepping into the future that God has prepared for you. Releasing what no longer serves is not just about letting go of material things or physical circumstances. It's about clearing the clutter in your emotional and spiritual life. It's about letting go of the doubts that question your worth, the fears that paralyze your progress, and the emotional baggage that keeps you tethered to past wounds. You are not meant to carry these burdens into your new season. They are hindrances, not catalysts for growth. When you release these attachments, you make room for God's guidance and wisdom to fill the spaces you've freed. Trust that the divine is leading you to a higher place, and the fears you've carried with you have no place in the future that is unfolding. This is your moment to step into the fullness of your potential, free from the weight of old fears and doubts. As you step into this season of alignment, guarding your mind and spirit is crucial. The mind is a powerful tool, but it can also be a battlefield, especially when we are facing uncertainty and waiting for divine promises to unfold. It's easy to slip into anxiety or impatience, wondering when things will change or questioning whether you're truly on the right path. But it's important to remember that anxiety does not lead to alignment. Trust and faith do. Your mind is the gateway to your heart, and it is in your mind that you either cultivate peace or allow chaos to take root. When doubts and fears start to creep in, recognize them for what they are: distractions meant to pull you away from the clarity and peace that God desires for you. Guard your mind by focusing on God's promises, reflecting on His faithfulness, and resisting the urge to rush through the process. Taking time for spiritual rest and renewal is essential in this season of alignment. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, the doing, and the striving. But alignment doesn't come from forcing things into motion. It comes from being still enough to hear God's guidance, feel His peace, and recognize the subtle shifts that are happening within and around you. Guarding your spirit means making space for stillness, allowing the divine to work in you without resistance. This is a time to rest in God's love and trust that He is working everything together for your good. Trust that His timing is perfect, and your obedience to the process will lead you exactly where you need to be. Silence the noise of the world. Stop the inner chatter of impatience and focus on what truly matters: faith, trust, and divine alignment. The next step in embracing alignment is surrender. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about yielding to God's plan with a heart full of trust. It is letting go of the need to control the outcomes and instead trusting that God knows what is best for you. This is not a surrender born out of defeat, but a surrender born out of confidence in God's infinite wisdom and love for you. When you surrender, you allow God to take the lead. You release the desire to force your own timeline, and instead you allow divine timing to unfold. This surrender is essential for your growth because it is only when we let go of our own agendas that we create space for God's greater plans to manifest. It's about trusting that His way is higher, His plan is better, and His timing is perfect. Gratitude is an equally powerful aspect of surrender. As you release control, it's important to express gratitude for the journey you've been on. Even if you've faced hardships, setbacks, or challenges, every step has brought you closer to where you are now. Each struggle has refined you. Each moment of waiting has taught you patience, and every step has brought you closer to alignment with your divine purpose. Gratitude opens your heart and invites more of God's blessings into your life. When you are thankful for what you have, even in the waiting, you are affirming your trust in God's provision. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from what you don't have to what God has already done for you. It's a mindset that positions you to receive more of God's grace, peace, and guidance as you prepare for the next season of your life. Take time to reflect on all the ways God has already been faithful to you. Count your blessings, both big and small, and recognize that everything you've experienced has been part of God's perfect plan for your life. Your gratitude will help you step into the future with a heart full of trust, knowing that God's plans for you are always good. Finally, as you surrender trust and give thanks, you move into your divine purpose. This season of alignment and spiritual preparation has been a time of growth, learning, and refining, and now you are ready to step into the fullness of what God has called you to do. The work you've done in the quiet, in the stillness, is about to bear fruit. Your faith, your patience, and your obedience have positioned you for the next phase of your journey. This is the moment when you begin to see the manifestation of the seeds you've planted in your spirit. The alignment you've experienced will now bear tangible fruit, and as you move forward, you will do so with a deeper understanding of your purpose, your calling, and your divine assignment. You are no longer walking in uncertainty. You are walking in confidence, knowing that you are aligned with God's will. The process of alignment is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Trust that the divine preparation you've undergone has positioned you for something incredible. You are no longer waiting. You are moving forward in alignment with your divine purpose. Your life will unfold in ways that you cannot yet imagine, and the blessings you've been waiting for are coming. Stay faithful, stay trusting, and embrace the peace that comes from knowing you are walking in God's perfect timing. It's important to remember that divine timing and protection are working in your favor, even when you can't immediately see the full picture. The path you're on is not just the result of random events or fleeting chances. It's the product of a greater divine design. Every step you've taken, every moment of waiting, every challenge faced has been carefully orchestrated to bring you closer to your purpose. What you may perceive as delays, struggles, or periods of silence are all part of a larger plan, one that is unfolding exactly as it should. The truth is, divine timing doesn't always align with our personal timelines. It's easy to become frustrated wondering when the breakthrough will come, or questioning why things aren't moving as quickly as you hoped. But rest assured, God is never late. His timing is always perfect, even if it doesn't fit into our limited understanding of when something should happen. Your preparation is happening now, and every season you've walked through has been necessary for what lies ahead. The challenges, the quiet moments, and the lessons have all led you here, and they are making you stronger and more resilient for the journey to come. At times, the waiting period may feel like you're in a void, but know that this is when God is working most powerfully behind the scenes. This waiting is not idle. It's a time of transformation, healing, and alignment. Trust that the universe, guided by divine forces, is moving pieces into place for your breakthrough. Trust that the process is as important as the destination, and when the time is right, everything will fall into place, often in ways that you never imagined. Remember, divine protection is part of the process as well. The silence, the delays, the moments of uncertainty, they are often God's way of shielding you from things you may not yet understand. Some things are being withheld because they are not yet ready, and some people or situations are being kept away from you because they would not serve your highest good. Be grateful for the protection that often goes unnoticed. There is so much happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see, but it is all part of God's plan to prepare you for what's coming. So even in the moments when you feel uncertain or when nothing seems to be moving, trust the divine process. Know that God is at work in your life, aligning everything for your highest good. Keep walking in faith, remain open to the lessons and the transformation taking place within you, and trust that everything is happening in its perfect timing. Your path is unfolding exactly as it should, and you are being prepared for something extraordinary. As you continue on this journey of divine purpose, it's important to stay present, surrendered, and focused. The path ahead may not always be clear, but every step is part of the bigger picture that God is creating for your life. The process of alignment, transformation, and waiting is building you into the person you are meant to be. This message is not just an ordinary message. It's a divine appointment, an opportunity for transformation, a moment that could change the course of your life forever. You may not fully understand why this message is coming to you now, but trust that everything happening in your life has been leading to this very moment. The lessons, the challenges, the silence, and even the delays have been preparing you for the power and revelation that will unfold as you listen. God is about to speak clearly, and the timing of this message is anointed. It's not just another moment, it's a pivotal point in your spiritual journey. This moment has the potential to shift your life, your purpose, and your destiny. Now I urge you to engage with this message, to claim it as your own. The power of this moment is not just in hearing the message, but in acknowledging it and accepting it. As God speaks to your heart, I encourage you to respond not passively, but with active engagement. Now is the time to remain grounded, trusting that every moment is part of your divine unfolding. In this time of waiting and preparation, don't lose sight of the fact that you are moving forward. Even when things seem still, you are being aligned with your highest potential. You are being readied for the next phase, and the purpose you've been created for is coming into clearer view. Your journey is sacred, and every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling the divine purpose God has placed in your heart. Stay grounded in the knowledge that the best is yet to come. There are divine blessings, opportunities, and people waiting for you just beyond this season of waiting. As you continue to stay present and surrender to the process, you will begin to see the fruits of your patience and perseverance unfold. Your breakthrough is approaching, and you are being prepared to step into a new level of divine alignment. To affirm your readiness and alignment with this divine purpose, take a moment to pause and reflect. Type 777 in the comments as a declaration of your willingness to continue walking the path that has been laid before you. This symbolic gesture will be a reminder to yourself and others that you are in alignment with God's timing and purpose for your life. By doing so, you are engaging with the message and inviting divine blessings into your life. Remember, every small step you take in faith, every time you trust in God's process, brings you closer to your divine purpose. You are not alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for the next chapter of your life. So take a deep breath, release any doubt or fear, and allow the peace of God to fill your heart. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust the divine process, embrace the transformation, and continue walking forward with faith and confidence. Your breakthrough is coming, and your divine purpose is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. Stay tuned for more divine insights and messages as God continues to speak into your life. Stay aligned, stay faithful, and keep moving forward because the best is yet to come. Take a moment to express your alignment with God's purpose by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment with 777. By doing so, you are declaring to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are aligned with divine purpose, and that you are prepared for the transformation God has for you. The number 777 is no coincidence. It's a divine number that signifies alignment, completion, and divine favor. By typing 777 inches, you are affirming your readiness to step into the next phase of your journey. You are aligning your spirit with God's will, accepting the blessing that is about to unfold, and signaling to the universe that you are ready to move forward in faith. This is not just about a number or a comment. It's about an inner shift, a conscious choice to declare that you are open to God's plan and ready to move into your purpose. It's a choice to step into divine alignment, to trust God's timing, and to embrace the path He is leading you on. As you engage with this message, know that the divine has been preparing you for this moment. Your purpose is unfolding, and the path ahead is brighter than you can imagine. Trust the process, stay aligned with God's will, and step forward with confidence, knowing that this moment is only the beginning of a greater journey. God has big plans for you, and this message is your divine invitation to take the next step. For many, life can often feel like a series of mundane days, each blending into the next. However, for those attuned to God's call and purpose, there are moments when the air seems thick with anticipation, when something in the spirit feels different. It's not a physical change, but a subtle shift, a nudge in the soul, a gentle tug in the spirit that can't quite be explained. It's that feeling of restlessness or pressure that settles within you, and though nothing may appear outwardly different, you know, something is brewing deep within. This divine movement can sometimes feel like waiting for something on the edge of your consciousness. It's not the kind of wait that's filled with frustration or doubt, but one that holds a quiet urgency. You might feel an unsettling impatience in your heart, a desire for something more, a calling to move forward, but it's not always clear what exactly is unfolding. It is the pull of divine timing at work, orchestrating events behind the scenes, preparing you for a breakthrough you cannot yet fully understand. While your mind may want to know what comes next, God is operating in a deeper, more expansive way, and the spiritual shifts may not align with your natural time frame. However, even when everything appears still, you must trust that God's hand is moving on your behalf. The pull you feel is not a random occurrence, but a sign that God is aligning circumstances, preparing your heart and spirit, and paving the way for what is to come. It's easy to fall into the rhythm of life and treat today like just another day one to get through. But there is a sacred truth: today is never just another day. This very moment right now is critical. When God moves, He doesn't work according to our human understanding of time, but according to His perfect plan. This means that each moment carries significance far beyond what the human eye can see. God is working behind the scenes, setting the stage for the next chapter of your life. He is rearranging people's circumstances and events in ways you can't yet comprehend. The decisions you make today are not trivial. They are important. The small, seemingly insignificant choices carry eternal weight. Every act of trust, every moment of surrender, every step of obedience today is building the foundation for your future. It's in the quiet moments of faith, when no one is watching, that God sees your heart and prepares you for what He has in store. The path is being laid, and your decisions today align you with divine purpose. It's easy to get caught up in the notion that a breakthrough is something that happens in the future, but God is often working through the quiet, seemingly insignificant actions of today. The time is now, and the choices you make today will shape the path you walk tomorrow. The sense of urgency, the quiet pressure you feel, is God's invitation to align with Him in the now. While you may not see the full picture, trust that He is working through your present choices to prepare you for the larger plans He has for you. The choices you make in the present moment are more than just decisions. They are part of a divine plan that is unfolding around you. Today's decisions, your willingness to trust, surrender, and stay focused, might seem small and inconsequential, but they hold immense significance in God's eyes. You may not always understand how one decision leads to the next, but God is aligning every choice with your purpose. To align with divine timing, it is crucial to cultivate patience and trust in the process. God's timing is always perfect, and the small decisions you make in obedience, even when the results are not immediately visible, are aligning you with your greater purpose. Whether it's choosing peace in the midst of uncertainty, trusting in His plan when the future feels unclear, or simply taking the next step in faith without knowing what's ahead, these moments are molding you into the person God has called you to be. Sometimes we become too focused on the big picture, hoping for immediate results or dramatic changes. But the true power of alignment lies in your willingness to trust God with the small steps. Every act of faith, every ounce of trust, and every moment of surrender shapes your future, even if you cannot see it yet.